Hey, this is Chris, keeping it real, facts over fear. How are you doing today? Let me get down to where I was supposed to be. This is going to be a short report this week. Got a grandbaby, been busy, and but I did get the charts done. Most of the notes remain the same. The big thing, the big unknown right now is the effects of Christmas. Thus far, we haven't seen any. But we're only 5 days after Christmas, and it usually takes 5 days for someone who is exposed to COVID-19 and get the virus to start showing symptoms. So starting today and then over the weekend and the early part of next week, we're going to see whether or not Christmas is the disaster that everybody in the media is saying it's going to be. So the new herd immunity date is 3/21/20. Excuse me. I already did a video on this, but I just wanted to point out that Fauci predicts U.S. could see signs of herd immunity by late March, early April. And if you look and see where my projected herd immunity date is, it is right in line with that. Now I'm going a little bit further than what he said. He said we could see signs, and I think that's just him being Fauci. He just can't seem to just spit out a fact. He's always got to couch it somehow. But be that as it may, and for reasons I explained in the other video, I think that is a valid statement that he made there. That is at npr.org. If you want to read the entire interview, I didn't read the entire interview. I just went off what this one article was about. Hospitalization or case reports have peaked and are going down again. We will see over the next 5 to 10 days if that's a trend that's going to continue. My gut feeling is that not Christmas, that Thanksgiving was really the event, the pivotal event in actually an autumn full of increased movement among people, getting together with people they don't generally see, getting together with people outside of their own household. And so I think that's all. I think that is all done, and I think it doesn't matter how much people intermix. I think we've reached a critical mass of infections. But that red line going down instead of going up like it has been, the last 4 or 5 days, week to week, have seen lower cases, much lower cases than we had last week, and of course that's reflected in this 14-day rolling average. Excuse me. Let's see. Got deaths per case still hovering around 0.7% of confirmed cases, which is good. It keeps going down. See, we've had a negative trend since August, the middle of August. Well, we had let's just call it middle of September. We've had a downward trend in the number of deaths per case. So that's very good, even as hospitalizations have gone up. So that's good news. Let me see if I can get to my tabs here. There we go. See, the admissions to discharge ratio continues to go down, generally speaking. So that has peaked and it's going down. So all the indicators, admissions are going down. Unfortunately, discharges are going down too, and I don't know. I don't have an explanation for that. I haven't had enough time really to think about it. And then hospitalizations looks like they are about to peak. Of course, this statistic will lag behind the others up to 2 or 3 weeks, and so that's just the way it is. Let me see. Hospital bed usage remains, I would call it, somewhat critical. You see we're at about 84% ICU bed usage, 75%. So those are the 75% for inpatient beds is not bad, but the ICU beds are concerning. But it looked like 3 or 4 weeks ago that we were going to run out of space, and that just hasn't been the case. So people are going to the hospital, but increasingly the cases are not serious enough to warrant them to be put in an ICU bed. So that's very good. Of course, here's the other charts of total staff beds and all these other beds that are being used and available. as you can see, we still have maxed out the total number of beds in North Carolina. I don't think there's enough staff there's no more staff. And it's one of those deals where usually if you have, a problem in a state, you could call another state to help you, but all the states are in the same boat. And so there is no other staff to call. I think the medical system in the United States is pretty much maxed out. So that really wraps up for this week. I'll get some more analysis next week, and I hope I can come back to you with some good news about all these facts and figures showing that we actually have reached the maximum that this virus is going to do, and from here on out, we're going to see a slowly declining number of everything that's bad about this about this pandemic. So anyway, hope you all have a good weekend, and we will see you again either Sunday or Monday.